All right, Ms. McCourt, it is 3:45, so I want to be respectful of everybody's time today and start on time and hopefully end on time. So my name is Miss Wood. I'm one of the sponsors for VJAS. I'll also let Ms. McCourt introduce herself. We can't hear you, Ms. McCourt, if you're on mute.
Sorry, somebody walked in before, so I muted. I'm Mrs. McCourt. I'm also one of the sponsors for VJAS, and welcome. We're so excited that you guys are excited to be participating in all of this. Welcome.
Congratulations. You've made it through. We had lots of students accepted this year. I think it's 53 is our final count. So congratulations. You made the cut. So VJAS is a pretty intense process in terms of time. So there's only 2.5 weeks until this whole thing is happening. So there's a lot to do in this, 2.5 weeks. There will be a lot of Canvas assignments coming your way, and we want to make sure that you are aware of all of the dates. All right, so let's start with the dates. You already have something due today. So today we need you to confirm if you will be participating in VJAS, if you'll be participating in the competition on the 13th and 14th. So we need to know that. There is a Canvas assignment for this. You can find it on the main page and also in your to-do list. All right. We also have some exciting help sessions available tomorrow and Thursday if you don't know where to start. You've been accepted, maybe this is your first time, or you just feel really unsure how to start, specifically your presentation, how you'll present to the judges. There are some help sessions with our science fair mentors, and they will take place in room 3218. So those are drop-in after school, so feel free to stop by. Other deadlines, we've got special awards and officer applications for VJAS that are due this Saturday, April 30th. So we'll talk a little bit more about those in this meeting. The purpose of this is just an overview of the dates. All right. Other things that you'll need to do is you'll need to prepare a PowerPoint presentation for the competition. That'll be May 4th. You'll also need to install Zoom on your MacBook. Right now, we're working on getting that authorized through the app catalog. More information to come, but hopefully that'll happen before May 6th. You'll need to register formally for the symposium, by May 10th. Again, we'll give you information on how to do that. Like I said, there's 2 slides of dates, so there's a lot of stuff. It's fast and furious. You'll need to participate in 2 presentation rehearsals. So you're going to rehearse your presentation. We'll give you some more details about that later in this presentation. But again, that's coming up quick by May 12th. So right before the symposium. You're also going to need to record a video of yourself giving your presentation, and this will be a backup if something happens on presentation day. You lose Wi-Fi, you lose power, something happens, they've got a backup. And then the symposium will happen on Saturday, May 14th, and the award ceremony hopefully will be on Saturday, May 21st. So I know that was a lot of dates. You can find all of those dates on VJS Canvas homepage, and they may be updated as we go. So we're going to give you more details about some of these kind of big chunks of what you're expected to do. Ms. McCourt, do you want to talk about the PowerPoints, or you want me to keep rolling?
Keep rolling.
Okay, so for VJAS, we need a PowerPoint. Yes, not Google Slides, not a Prezi. We need a PPT or a PPX file, all right? So please keep that in mind when you are putting together your presentation. We need to have those types of files. Some of the slides that you might have in your presentation might be an introduction slide, experimental design, materials and methods, some data presentation, so like a data table. Remember, you guys want to present summarized data. We don't want to see every single data point. And then you'll want to have some analysis, so graphs, explanation, statistical analysis if you did that. You might want a discussion slide, a conclusion slide, and then a next steps. Where is this taking you? So this is just a general framework. You can add as you please, depending on the specifics of your project. Okay, so here's the big money. The PowerPoint needs to have more than just those categories. Specifically, your presentation needs to address these big 6 questions, all right? So what the judges are judging you on, is of course your paper that they've already read, they've accepted it, think it's pretty good, but they need more information than that. You're not just presenting your paper. You're also going to be presenting this information that maybe wasn't conveyed in your paper. Like, why did you pick this topic? Okay. What resources were helpful to you when you were designing the project, right? What were some limitations or constraints that you encountered? And then, what would you do in the future to, fix those up? Or how could you address those challenges? You'll definitely want to comment on the strengths and the limitations of the actual data. You'll need to, use specific examples and then also make recommendations. You'll want to tell them some unexpected things that might have happened, how you handled it, and then, things that you really learned from the project. Again, these questions might not have been answered in your paper, and this is your opportunity to communicate those. Now, that doesn't mean that you should have a slide with these 6 questions and then answer each of those, but they should be conveyed in your presentation. This is, what the judges are going to be looking for.
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea to go through and answer all those questions on a piece of paper before you start your PowerPoint, and then think about, where can I put this information in my PowerPoint so that it doesn't sound like, oh, I have to answer these 6 questions and let me do them all now. You want to be a little bit more flowing in your presentation. You want people to be interested and not be like, oh, check, check, check. They did that.
So you will need to submit this PowerPoint to us. It'll be in the form of a Canvas assignment, and then you also may need to upload it to your VJAS account on Reviewer. We'll give you information about that, but for sure you can count on that there will be a Canvas assignment that requires you to turn in a PPT or a PPX. Okay, step 3, practice. All right, practice, practice, practice. So the first step, practice makes perfect, right? You need to practice at home first. Practice in front of your family, your friends. You could practice in front of your friends in GP, right? But practice on your own first. Then you're going to want to attend 2 formal rehearsals, all right? So you'll be required to attend 2 rehearsals, and we have some options, some flexibility for this. So we have student mentor rehearsals, and then we also have teacher rehearsals for you to get feedback. So you need to sign up for at least 2. Maybe you want to do 1 student, 1 teacher rehearsal. That's up to you, but you need to complete at least 2 rehearsals in front of a teacher or a student mentor. We've got some forms to help you sign up for that. I don't know if Thomas wants to talk on that at this point, or if he'd like to circle back at the end.
Yeah, I can talk about that quickly, Ms. Wood. So hi, everybody. My name is Thomas Ackelson. I'm the president of the Science Fair Mentors organization this year. And on the screen now are the instructions that you're going to use to sign up for basically a rehearsal session with one of the mentors. So there are 9 of us and 53 of you. Some of you may or may not choose to meet with us. Maybe you go with 2 teachers, or maybe you'll meet with us twice, something like that. Regardless, you're going to use these directions to sign up for our one-on-one sort of presentation rehearsals. Within the directions is a link to a spreadsheet, which is where you're actually going to enter your information to sign up. I won't reiterate the directions, but basically you enter your information in columns G through J, and that includes a link to your presentation. Now, obviously, you are submitting a PowerPoint file to Canvas, and you're presenting with that for VJAS. So for the purposes of this spreadsheet, you can export your PowerPoint into a link that should be accessible to everyone within APS using your APS Outlook account. If that doesn't work, you can make a copy of your presentation in Google Docs by just exporting the PPT or PPTX file into Google Slides, and put that link there. That's obviously not your official submission, but it's just so that the mentors can have access to your presentation. If you have questions about the directions, my email is on that sheet. So send me anything you have. And we're looking forward to working with you guys, and congratulations on your acceptance.
Awesome. The teacher form looks a little bit different, but essentially it's the same thing. You can access both of these links in the slides for today, but also on the Canvas page. Here's a look at the teacher rehearsal sign up. Again, students, you can pick times with teachers and sign up for those. All right. Anything else about rehearsal, Ms. McCourt, you'd like to say?
Practice, practice, practice before the rehearsal, and then after the rehearsal, when you've gotten your feedback, to make sure that you get any changes that have to come out, you have to practice them as well, or you're going to forget what you're doing in the middle of it. But really, I want you to have some fun with it too. Make the presentation enjoyable for yourself as well as the person who's listening to it. You worked really hard on these projects, and hopefully you're invested in them, and you're excited to be sharing your information with other people. It's okay if you look like you're excited to be sharing this information.
So also a thing to note when you're practicing, remember that your presentation will be through Zoom. All right. So when you're practicing with your teacher or with your mentor, you might want to keep that in mind. You're not necessarily going to be standing in front of the smartboard and giving a presentation. So just keep that in mind as you're practicing, that the format that we're talking to you right now is the same format that you'll be presenting your VJAS presentation. Okay, so on that note, you'll also need to make a recording of yourself. So this will be the backup if there's any technical difficulties at the symposium. Last year, there were technical difficulties in some of the sessions, and this was it. Students' projects were judged based on their recording. So, you'll need to make that recording of yourself. We'll give you some very specific directions on how you could do that, and you'll need to submit that to a Canvas assignment. You'll also need to review it. You'll also need to upload it to Reviewer, the VJAS platform. We'll give you all the directions on that, but I want to give you a heads up that this is something that you'll need to do. Okay, and kind of a deadline that's coming up very quickly is the Special Interest Awards. So the details of all of these Special Interest Awards are in the VJAS handbook, all right? So step one would be really to, if you want to apply for one of these awards, would be to look through pages 34 to 36 of the VJAS handbook and figure out, which ones are you eligible for. If you're in the environmental science category, you probably are not going to be eligible for an award that has to do with, physics.
Applied chemistry.
Yeah. So you can't win an award in a category that doesn't apply to you. So please make sure that you take the time to really look through that and decide, which awards you could be eligible for. And we are currently waiting for the link for these applications. So if you're like really eager to do it right now, I'd recommend looking up which ones you want to apply for. And then, we'll be hopefully getting that to you before April 30th, which is Saturday.
Just one thing I wanted to mention about that. This is Ms. Fretz. Sometimes you have to actually apply to get considered for these awards. So sometimes, for example, the chemistry award, the first place winner in chemistry category doesn't get the chemistry award because they didn't apply, and it goes to the third place winner or something. So you have to apply to get them. And if you did a good project, you are certainly, even if you don't win first place in the category, you may end up getting the award because you were simply the best one that applied. So just keep that in mind.
So apply, apply, apply.
There are also a few scholarships available. So again, check out the VJAS handbook, and they're for some big money. Here you can see $5,000, $1,000. See if you're eligible for those. And like I said, as soon as we get the link for the applications, we'll send, it'll be available to you. All right, so now we're ready for questions. Thank you so much for attending today. The biggest thing that I would say is that you got to keep an eye on the VJAS Canvas homepage. This will be updated daily. We already have things that are due today. You do have a Canvas assignment if you check your to-do list that's due today. So please keep an eye on the homepage. Assignments will be rolling in daily.